Hello, thank you for watching this video. My name is Lena Kiers from Inspired Creations. Today we're making a Z-Fold card. And this one is made in the Misty Moonlight, but today we're using Rococo Rose. And it opens like this. So I'll tell you about the measurements. We have a piece of cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5. And it's scored at 1.5 here and 4 1/4 here. So it will look like this. Okay, then we have designer paper, and this is from In Good Taste. And I'll show you what these papers look like. So some very pretty papers here. Very nice to make masculine cards with, but then there's some pink here, and there's on the back side. These are maybe a bit more on the feminine side. This is the one we're using today. And yeah, there's lots of nice papers in here. So this is cut at 6 3/4 by 5 1/4. And then we're going to cut in order. You have to keep them in order. So this is 3/4, 2 3/4, 1 1/8, and then a 2-inch piece is left over. And you need to keep them in order to put them onto the card. Okay, so we'll worry about that in a few minutes. Then we have 2 circles. I use the layering circle dies for that. And I always label my groups of dies with A, B, C, D. So this is the biggest scallop in the C section and the biggest circle in my D section. Of course, that's just my numbering and lettering, not anybody else's. So we'll be putting those on the front. We have this border die from Ornate Borders. You can use any border die that you happen to have. And then we have a couple of small pieces for the label. So this is 3/4 inch wide because we're going to use that punch, the Lovely Labels Pick-a-Punch. And so we need the 3/4 inch and the 1/2 inch section. And this one is 2.5. And this one is 2 1/4. So we'll worry about those things a little bit later. Oh, and then we have this one leftover piece. And this one is 1 3/4 by 5 1/4, same as that. So before we glue, I'm going to show you how they work. So this one is going to sit right here. This one is going to sit right here, and it's going to overlap. So the fold is here, but the paper comes all the way over here, leaving this little spot here. Then on the inside, we're going to have this, because this, when it opens, will just fit nicely like that. And then we're going to have this piece here with the white piece that you can write on. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly glue all those in place. This one I already had on, and I had it in the wrong spot, so you have to be careful that you get it in the right spot. No, I'm going to do it again. Okay. Against the fold, yes, over here. It's tricky. So you want to leave an even edge all the way around. And this is going to, oh, did it upside down now. It's supposed to match. Is that better? Still not. How did I mess that up already? Ah. Okay. There we go. Okay. I think we've got it. Okay. And then this one is going to sit right in here. Like that. And this one will sit on the other side of the fold. Just want to make sure I've got enough room for this one here. Okay, so I could bring it out a wee bit more. There we go. All right, so that's how this is going to work. Yes, and I did believe I did put glue on the wrong spot here. And I need to take that off, but I'll worry about that later. Okay, then we're going to glue this one right underneath that edge. So that's why there was some space left over here. This piece looked a little narrow, but that's because this nice edge is coming on. So I'll use this here, my silicone mat. Okay, and now instead of doing the sunflowers like the original card had, I thought I would do the peony stamp set. And it's not the big peony, it's kind of the medium one. I'm going to stamp it with Sahara sand. So I can see to color. And looking for my scrap paper. I think we just use the brush end for now. I want to leave some white showing. So these are so quick and easy to color with. I love these blender pens. There we go. A little bit more over here. And we'll add some dark shading with wherever you see them shadows in the stamp, the grayer areas, that's where you want to do some of your darker color. When I woke up this morning, it was a very rainy day, and now it's turning out to be hot and steamy again. Just had a couple of customers at the door picking up their stuff, and I thought, oh, it's getting really warm out there. this one, coloring a bit more. If you go over some of that darker color with the lighter color, it blends it in nicely. Go. I'm leaving some of those edges because I notice on my peonies that there's usually white tips on them. Okay, and do some mango for the center. No, don't like how that looks. I'm going to finish them off. I think that will look a little better. Okay. I'll just adhere those two together. And it's just that little scallop edge showing all the way around. And then we use dimensionals, which I had put ready here somewhere. There they are. Okay. And we can put dimensionals on the whole back in this case because it's not overhanging any folds. Okay, there's that one. And now we need to do a butterfly. Instead of a bird, I thought it would be nice to do a butterfly. So I think we'll do this one here. And I'm going to stamp the butterfly in the black, but I'll do it on the pink paper. Because otherwise we're going to get too much. Oh. I need to cut out from the bottom. No. Why is that not stamping? Give it a bit of softness underneath. That's better. Alrighty. Maybe we'll put that one down here. You just want to attach it at the bottom because where it overlaps the circle, it's already raised up. So do that like that. And then we've got this little tiny one. We might as well put it on too. Curve the wings just a wee bit. There we go. So there's our card. So that's a pretty easy fold to do. And what you put on here is totally up to you. I really like the sunflowers that we did here. You could just do the butterfly in the center if you wanted to. So you could do any kind of variation on this. Oh, and we should possibly stamp something here. No. Let's do this side here. So we're just going to shove this in all the way. Check it at the back. Make sure it's kind of even. Pretty easy to use. Now this is the 1/2 inch piece that fits right into that bottom groove. Whoop. As I'm punching, it's moving. There we go. And then you can stamp your happy birthday or your celebrate or whatever it is that you want to put on there. I'm going to leave it blank for now because I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with this card. So I won't stick that on because I will be stamping something on that. Okay, and that's it for today. I hope you enjoy this card. Bye-bye.